Bonjour, and welcome to all of you comic book geeks, readers, and collectors. Welcome to the best day of the week. Now, I know it's not the actual day, but you know the day I mean. New Comic Book Day. And this week, as in so many weeks before, has been an exemplary week. But the title of this week is Superheroes Are Great Again. And I don't know why I felt, and you know me, guys, you know me, when I have a diverse selection of comics, you know I love it. You know, if I've got horror and sci-fi and etc and blah blah, you know I love it. But something struck me this week. I had so many good superhero comics and I loved it. From DC and Marvel, obviously the purveyors of aforementioned superheroics. But we must applaud them. We've got to applaud. We've got to applaud both sides when they do well, when they apply themselves to the characters they've got under their jurisdiction, whether it's DC or Marvel. I don't expect it from Dark Horse or Boom or AW. I don't expect it from anyone else, to be fair. I know Mark Millar is having a go and he's at Dark Horse now and he's doing the shtick, you know, the in the real world shtick, superheroes, and I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. But when you go full on superhero, no alternative reality, no Elseworlds, no multiverse, you just aim the story and the characters at the reader and say, follow me through this story. And I've loved, and I must applaud DC and Marvel this week. I'm loving it. So this is a celebratory, because and I'm not saying it's all superheroes, by the way, because I have got non-superhero Dark Horse and Distillery and Image. So, but please bear with me because we're going to do the top 10, in my opinion, the top 10 comics of this week. And we're going to do a deep dive on the top 5 after my little scroll. And and that's where the spoilers will be, by the way. So it will be chapterized. So don't moan at me, don't come back at me, don't at me, don't the slings and arrows, don't do that. Don't attack me. Because that's where all the spoilers will be. But my top 10 will involve my top 5, the sexiest 5 comics of this week, and 5 that are just as sexy, but I've probably done a deep dive on them before, or they're just worthy of an honourable mention. But I do believe that, except for the issue 1 of a Distillery, I think I've done a deep dive on all these before anyway. So it's a glorious top 10, and it's a glorious time to be involved with comics. So come on, guys, forget the naysayers, just delete them, don't subscribe to them, don't have anything to do with them. Subscribe to me. Be one of my sexy subscribers. There should be an alert now, shouldn't there? There should be an advertisement alert. He's going to go for the pitch. Oh, God. Come on. You know I'm only joking if you've been here before. If you haven't, I'm here to tell you I'm only joking. I'm only teasing you, and I'm here to bring positivity to the best hobby in the world. And this is the best 10 comics this week, and I've had to narrow it down. I've had to torture myself to bring you this top 10, because I could have probably done 15. And how the hell am I going to give you my book of the week? But I'm going to do it. I've done it for you. And right at the end of this video, how am I going to do the cover of the week? What is the cover of the week, you may ask, if you haven't been here before? Well, it's when we imagine, for a little bit of fun at the end of the video, come on, because we're only talking about comics. And this is happy time. This is new comic book day. This is the best comics. What about the best cover? Imagining if we were tiptoeing towards the spinner rack or the shelf at the drugstore or the newsagent, depending on what side of the Atlantic you are. And oh my God, and the cover. It was the covers you would be confronted with. And this is a bit of fun right at the end of the video. And I do chapterize it, so you can skip whatever you want out of all this. I'd rather you not. I'd rather you just watch the whole thing through, but I will allow it if you leave me a comment or a like. Anyway, cover of the week, right at the end of the video. As if we've got pocket money for one comic. But we're sucked in by the cover. That tractor beam, that right at the end of the video. Let's get on with it. So, my top 5. As always, come on, look at this. And look at, talking, I know I was just talking about cover of the week, but look at the eyes on these wolves. Look at the double. Oh no, should I say wolf? Because it's got 2 heads, but it's only one animal. So, spoiler alert. But anyway, gorgeous. This Ghost Machine books that Jeff Johns is doing with his other collaborators is absolutely spot on, and you know it is. And no, I'm unapologetic about having that in a deep dive, because I'm going to show you Gary Frank's gorgeous and Brad Anderson's beautiful colouring of Gary Frank's spot on artwork. So we're going to do it. Wolverine, yeah, he gets his claws out, and Nightcrawler's in there, and yeah, he does what Wolverine does. He's the best there is. Enough said. It's a good comic. It's a good first issue. I wish the rest of the X-Men family of books, I don't know how many there have been so far. Is it 6 or 8? I don't know. And the next 25 X-Men books that are gonna be, no, we don't go there. We don't go there. That Wolverine issue 1 is a good one, and you can jump on it and you can get involved, and you haven't got to have read 18 years of continuity. Love it. The same can be said for this. And let's take a breath for a moment, because I was extremely skeptical of a comic that, so we've got Shang-Chi. Where is he? That's not my Shang-Chi. That's the cinematic Shang-Chi. All right. I know that doesn't look much like, that is the Dismal Minus She-Hulk. I was extremely skeptical, and perhaps but I wanted this to win. I love the Avengers. If you are a regular on my channel, you've seen me on my back issue hauls. I'm going back to the Silver Age with these boys and girls. I love this team up. I love it. But what I can tell you is, all of my worries were were to no avail, because even with Photon, which I still think that's another non superhero, just someone that's come from nowhere to do nothing. But nevertheless, listen, this is in my top 5. This is in my top 5. Before you click off and go, Hog, you miserable old man. No, we love Shang-Chi from the movie. We love... No, we don't go there. We don't go there. This is comics. And this is a good comic, a good issue 1. Avengers Mansion, Jarvis, Captain America, and a few new characters, which I will allow. In my wisdom, from my lofty heights, from my ivory tower, I will allow. I think I did this last month, guys. I've got to do it again. It's absolutely superb. Vampires. I had no idea what's going on. They literally dropped me in. They parachuted me in with issue 1. I had no idea about the vampire attack, about there were certain DC superheroes that were dead, certain ones that were vampires, certain ones that weren't, certain ones that were in hiding. And this is a beautifully told comic book. We're going to have a deep dive on that. Otto Schmidt on the artwork. Spot on. Book of the week. And I don't know why I do the book of the week. I don't know why I kind of, right at the start of my videos, do the book of the week, really, before I've even done the scroll. But anyway, book of the week. Mark Waid and Dan Mora, weaving a tale of all of the DC superheroes without their powers. Issue 3 still has me engaged at an even more elevated level than I was at issue 1. I can't praise. Normally I'm praising them for world's finest, Waid and Mora. They are the dream team. If you love superheroes, they are the dream team. Mark Waid he doesn't make it. He never overcomplicates it. Which, you know, to all you other writers out there who are going to do a DC crossover event, no, Mark Waid never overcomplicates his tales of superheroics. He doesn't do it. Obviously, there are strands and there are threads that are going through the storyline, and it's a crossover event, so you've got to go over there, and you've got to go over there, and you've got to go over there. Nevertheless, I tell you what, Mark Waid is, well, I defy anyone. Let me know in the comments if you think there's anyone better than Mark Waid that can weave a superhero story like he can. I will allow Jeff Johns. He can do it, but he's over there with Ghost Machine at the moment. He could do it. I think he could do it like that. But anyway, 5 other comics before we do the deep dive that are great. This was the last issue. Ended with a bang. That's all I'm going to say about that. No spoilers. Ultimate Black Panther. This is romping along. Brian Hill, and thank God they've just kept it to Brian Hill and Stefano Caselli on the art. They've just kept it with these two, and they are romping along. I'm thoroughly enjoying that. I really am. They're just keeping it going, like with no Hickman-esque kind of pomposity. They're just going for it. Here's the villains. Here's the setup. Yeah, that's what they've got to do. X-Men number 2, Uncanny. Obviously, it's never going to reach the lofty heights of what we've all come to know and love. But David Marquez, is he? I'm just going to check. David Marquez. Yeah. Gail Simone. David Gail Simone on the writing and David Marquez artwork is, how do I describe? I think they're punching above their weight a little bit because not a lot happens again. But sometimes, if you're clever, it doesn't mean you have to have the battle royale. I'm not saying that. You don't have to have the battle royale every month. And I think at the moment, Gail and David, Simone and Marquez, they're getting away with it. I've got a song in my head now, but I won't sing. We don't go there. Anyway, that is a good, like I'm saying about superheroes this week. Yeah. If only we could call The Witcher a superhero. This was a delight. Look at the characters. I'm just going to close up on this, right, for you. The characters, Witcher and his lover. I don't know her name. And she spent half of this issue in bondage, escaping from the bondage. And but no, listen guys, I'm joking. I've really enjoyed it. I know I've mentioned it before. This is great. And this Witcher, when they collect this will be superb. That'll be a super. That's how I expected. I never played the game. I've got no idea. I started watching it on Netflix, thought it was boring. But this comic, with European artists and the European artistic sensibility and the humour, spot on. Another hit from, oh no, I thought it was Titan for some reason. Ignore me just for that free. I might edit that bit. No, Dark Horse always do a brilliant job. And the last one, honourable mentions. Come on. Distillery. Like I mentioned on Threads, and hello to all of my Threads friends. If you stayed with me this far, and I will notice you in the comments, I might ask for a password, a code word, a secret word that means that you've watched my video all the way through to this, what is it? The 18th minute. Oh, blimey, I've really rambled. I've really rambled this week. Anyway, a time travel escapade that doesn't really explain. Chip Zdarsky, we know it's going to be good. He doesn't explain himself fully, which means you want to know more. Sometimes when a storyteller just explains, like when you're watching a TV, I don't know, when you're watching something on Dismal Minus and they just explain everything as if you're so stupid or you're 5 years old. No. That's what I like about all the Distillery books. A great start. Nice. So that's my entire top 10 book of the week. Join me after the scroll. I can't keep rabbiting, can I? I don't know why I'm rabbiting so much tonight, but join me after the scroll for a deep dive on the top 5 and cover of the week. Okay, gang, look at this cover. And I know I keep praising. Sorry if you follow my videos for any length of time. What a beautiful cover. Simple. If you're following, by issue 6, if you're following Geiger, the hero, and his sidekick, they're off there. But his two-headed wolf, pet / sidekick. I suppose sidekick. What most impresses me is when writers and artists do sequential artwork. And this is what this is a perfect example of. And this is the only non-superhero book in my top 5. But you could, I suppose you could call Geiger a superhero with his, you know, the radiation rods, whatever you want to call them. But it's not. He's not a superhero because he's not very likable. He's in the strict tradition of an anti-hero. And look at this. Brad Anderson's beautiful colouring. None of this works. Look at how we go from night to the silver streaks, you know, the silver streaks of a full moon, even though it's not a full moon, but you know, we have to apply some dramatic license to it. And here is dawn. The dawn is absolutely just 2 pages of comic book excellence, sequential artwork without any words, hardly any word, you know, apart from up there, you know, eek, eek, all right, okay, couple of rats eating, and it carries on. And this is a weird situation. We don't know what's going on. But then we quickly come to realise, oh yes, this is a mutant zebra. Plop. But look at... And what Gary Frank isn't doing is going for... Normally, you would go for 6 or 9 panels. You'd go bosh, bosh, and you would, you know, if there's no words, you go, oh, we've got to structure this properly. He structures it perfectly. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with how the artist and the writer together tell this story. Look, and what's going on. Look, just all you need to know is blam. That's all you need to know. And then you've got these 2 miscreants at the top of the hill. I'll leave it there because obviously I really don't want to. Oh, go on. Look at this. Look, there's more beautiful artwork. Absolutely beautiful work. You know, it just is. What's going to happen to the dog? Look whose hand's gripped on his neck. Exceptional. Could easily have been a book of the week, but I've done it before and I'm not going to do it again. No, I won't. I refuse. No, I know you expect me to. Come on, bring on the superheroes. Bring on Wolverine. Surely one of the most top superheroes. These aren't 2-headed wolves. These are only single-headed normal wolves. But look, our mate Wolverine. Come on, Logan is running naked with the wolves in the snow in Canada. And this bloke don't like it. He don't want none of it. And he's going to make sure that Logan suffers. Yeah, you found me instead. Yeah, blam, blam. This is all classic Nightcrawler. Oh, Kurt Wagner turns up. Look, come on. This is how you do it. Back to Wolverine and all his naked goodness. Look, it's Kurt. Look, he's in such a fever. He's in such a fever state that no, Logan, look, Bamf, love it. They could have made a lot more of that, but they didn't. And I don't know if that was a conscious thing or not. But they could have made a lot more of the Bamfs. And then he's cuddling Wolverine. Look at, what a panel. What a panel. Logan, look. Yeah, head's kind of messed up, you know, because Kurt's giving him a big hug. You know, love it. But they do not shy away from the action. And obviously he's got his suit with him. So he feels good and he doesn't have to do the rest of the comic naked. It's just a great superhero comic, guys. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm unapologetically loving this. I'm loving this issue 1. I don't know if I'm giving you enough information to buy this comic, but it romps along at pace. This issue 1, the same as the other Wolverine comic, Wolverine Revenge. They're getting back to basics, guys. For me, and for my money, this and Wolverine Revenge, they get back to basics, and good on them. Good on them, and bring it on. Bring more of that on. Yeah, a great comic. And right, okay, this was the one I was a little bit sceptical. I thought, all right, okay, you know, we've got Hercules, okay, I'll allow it. She-Hulk, all right, I'll allow it. And the two stalwarts of Avengers, Cap and Hawkeye. Back to the Silver Age we go with these two characters. But the cinematic Shang-Chi, Photon, I mean, oh, come on. And but here's Jarvis. Anyway, my fears were Steve Orlando, here's our villain. Page 2, here's our villain. Sin's name, here she is. Come on, bring it on. She's put this evil helmet on, and there we go. Right, job done. And then we're back to Avengers Mansion. Love it. For an old crusty like me, yeah, come on. Avengers Mansion. So, and then we bring in, all your little, you've got your little Photon there, haven't you, and your Shang-Chi. So, fair play. You've got to get a new audience. You've got to get a new audience in, but this doesn't really interest me. The Wasp, they've kind of they're not making her the old style character again. These are the 3 cinematic. So yeah, I'm not quite, but nevertheless, this was a great superhero romp. All of my cynical doubts about all the cinematic characters, no. They made this young boy, Shang-Chi, they made him work. They made Photon work. They made the new Wasp, who doesn't really do a lot. They make her work. And yeah, Steve Orlando does a great job. Yeah, they let Shang-Chi say Avengers Assemble. Crusty old me. Again, it bristles. But doesn't matter. It was a great story. A good story told well. A simple story told well. Here's Hawkeye. He's the B team. He's back at the Avengers Mansion because this team has gone off to deal with this villain. So yeah, it was very, very nicely done. And someone from Power Pack, Lightspeed from Power Pack, and She-Hulk. So yes. I'm at the moment. I'm accepting it. I'm enjoying it. It isn't the Avengers I grew up with, but I can't always have that, can I? But you have got Jarvis, you have got Hercules and Wonder Man, She-Hulk. Really, the only offensive things I'm finding in this is Shang-Chi and Photon. To be honest, they're the only 2 offensive kind of things anyway. Great comic, great issue 1, Steve Orlando, a nice intro into the team. I think I did mention this. I think I might have done a deep dive on this issue 1. Oh, guys, they don't explain a lot. Here's Aquaman as a vampire, basically. And this story romps along. I know, have they put it under Elseworlds? Yeah, they have. Yeah, right. So it is an Elseworlds. So I did miss the first arc they did of this storyline, but including Swamp Thing, immersing all of the DC superheroes into this vampire conflict. They have done, and I think I did say this with issue 1, they have done such a better job of this than Marvel with Blood Hunt. And I did enjoy Blood Hunt, by the way. I enjoyed it. I'm not saying that was crap, but they've done such a better job. Here's old John Constantine, or Constantine, I'm trying to train myself to say. I've just done the first a video on the first 100 issues, and I did say in that video, he keeps popping up everywhere. He is. Oh, Constantine, they can't wait for Keanu Reeves to do little moments like this. This is great. And this is only how Mark Waid and Dan Mora can do it. A properly superb, sorry, not Mark Waid, that's absolute power. Otto Schmidt on this story is how it's stuff like this, you know, this character here from issue 1, and we don't know who it is, and he's got the kid, but now we do. Now we do know who it is. In issue 1 we didn't. These are the moments we are waiting for, and it's impactful. It's impactful, but, and it is a spoiler alert, so quickly before we go any further, a major spoiler alert. The highlight of this issue is the vampire Wonder Woman. This is absolutely superbly done. Wow. Yeah. I don't know what to say. How they've turned Wonder Woman into a vampire, and the lasso of truth, and yeah, this is powerful superhero comic book stuff, and I loved it. I don't care. I'm gonna declare my fanboy geek credentials by saying I loved it. Absolutely loved vampire Wonder Woman dominating. Look at this. Dominating the second half of this comic until Alfred. Look what Alfred's got. Uh-oh. Wonder Woman doesn't know. Uh-oh. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely superb. Beautiful stuff. Like I said, Otto Schmidt's artwork on this is beautiful. Matthew Rosenberg. Sorry, I got the creators wrong. I do apologise for that. But yes, but the creators that I did gush about, and this is my book of the week. Book of the week. Mark Waid keeps making it look easy. Look at what he does. In combination with Dan Mora. Oh, and everyone, our Waller has taken everyone's superpowers. We've got Failsafe, we've got the Brainiac Queen, the villains of the piece, and then we've got blimey, how can I forget his name? Nightwing. Sorry guys. Nightwing. Trying to lead the team, Big Barda, Flash, everyone. He's got to try and bring the whole gang together without getting you all involved with all of the other little tie-ins. Because if I've been getting a DC title that's tied into this, that's fine. But I'm not going to buy all of the tie-ins. I'm not going to get the Task Force and all the rest of it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. Look at this beautiful stuff. With Failsafe and, you know, communist China saying, look, we you know, oh, come on, we object to you mining our, you know, and it all gets a little bit computerial. Is that a word? Anyway, here goes the Flash. Look, he's having a go, and Waller's getting the ump. And, you know, it's issue 3, so are we going to get the upper hand? Maybe not. Maybe not, because look, that's not good. That is not good at all. But look at this beautiful artwork. Wade and Mora make it work every single time. Just don't be in any doubt that if you're like me, you're cynical of the crossovers. And look at Black Alice, even Mora doing Black Alice is a delight. Even that one panel right at the bottom, I just loved it. Just loved every minute of it. Look, flap. Brilliant stuff, honestly, guys. This is pure superhero magic comics. Great. Just all you do is sit back, relax, and enjoy. When Mark Waid is writing it and Dan Mora is drawing it, you just relax. You know you're in good hands. Look, there's just nothing. Without giving all spoilers now away, just look at panels like this. Look, what a beautiful. Who done the colouring? Let's give a shout out to the colourist, because Alejandro Sanchez. Look at the colouring. You needed the colourist on board with that panel, like fully on board. Not to mention panels like this. You need the colourist on board. Look at how detailed. What a beautiful panel. Just one single panel of comic book artwork, and the colouring and the artistry. I love it. When it goes so right with superhero comics, this is what it can be. This is what it can be, gang. And I loved it. And that's why this is my book of the week. And I know I've done World's Finest, and I know I keep banging on about Mark Waid and Dan Mora, but there isn't any other team at the moment better than them. Waid and Mora are the dream team, guys. But cover of the week. What is the dream team? Is it Batman with his mask? The same old trope, to be fair. I don't know what's going on here, and it's not exactly that exciting, is it? But, is this Wonder Woman being a vampire with a sword, threatening Alfred? Is that a cover that's going to tempt you to buy it off the stack? I don't think either of those are as beautiful comics as they are, but look at these two. Wolverine on a pile of bones with his claws out in his old outfit. Yes. Avengers Assemble. Yes. Captain America's shield. Love him or hate him. Shang-Chi, Hawkeye, we know Photon, Hercules, and even Jarvis. Look, he's even serving up the cocktails. It's got that's a cover, and so is that. Especially the breath. Look, the breath. He's back in Canada. Witcher, the bondage issue. Should we call issue 4 of Witcher? Should we call it the bondage issue? Yeah, there's a bloke with a rat head and claws, and a naked Witcher, and a semi-naked, and chains, and yeah. This has got to be such a striking image. A beautifully crafted image. We don't know anything about the comic, but I think if we could see a bit more that this was a two-headed wolf, that would lead us more into the comic. I mean, I know it, and you know it, because it's issue 6 of Geiger, but this is cover of the week, so we are imagining, what's going to draw us in? I mean, there's delights inside this comic, I think. If we're just going by the cover, what's Ratman going to do with these two? I don't know. Is that allowed? Would that still be on the shelf at the drugstore? There's one more comic, guys. Look, just Vader and the Inquisitors. I just thought that was an action-packed. Cover. But cover of the week, it's not really. I know it's a massive superhero week, I'm going to take all these away. But it really is between these two because it is a superhero week. That's a bit. These two are a bit. I'm sorry, DC, but they are a bit static. I'm not saying they're crap, but no, come on. If you're going to Avengers Assemble, you want the shield coming at you, you want arrows coming at you, and you want a shoulder hero. And I know, and you want Jarvis in the back. That has got it all going on. So that is my cover of the week, guys. And I'm sorry, I have really rambled this week. I do apologise. If you followed me this far, I thank you so much. And I will now say adios because I have rambled, but it's been a good week and I hope you think so too. Let me know in the comments what you've been picking up. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. And until next week, until the next best day of the week review, I will bid you all adios.